I'm CarlRyds, and welcome to episode 13 of CarlRyds Plays Minecraft on the Ripple Effect Season 2 server. As we can see, we have February's aubni's container at my front door. Now, I've already opened this, and what's inside has already happened. So let's take a look first of all. So it's Hunt for Love container. Let's give it a read and then I'll let you guys in on the info. For this month, we decided to make things a bit different and set you out on the quest to find true love. As you all know, it is important to love and be loved by others, but we often neglect the most important person, ourselves. And so, for this month, every participant has a very important mission. Through the use of some very complex algorithms, reliable algorithm for non-discriminatory optimal matchmaking, you have been assigned a target that you must help fall in love with themselves. To do so, everyone has been given a copy of Cupid's bow, a bunch of Cupid's arrows, and a mask of their target. Your mission is to shoot that person with one of Cupid's arrows, while wearing a mask of their face. When you manage to find and shoot your target, their target becomes your new target, and you can grab all the masks they have collected so far. However, if your Cupid finds you, which mine has, I must add, you will have to give them all the masks you have collected so far. If you manage to collect everyone's mask, including your own, you'll be able to use those masks to finally find true love, in the form of a super awesome, super secret treasure hidden away somewhere in the world. Also, to help you in the romantic mood, you can listen to a fancy waltz. Rules: use Cupid's bow, use Cupid's arrow. Don't kill your target. Watch out for lava and the void. Keep all the heads you collect. Please do not lose them. Your head collection needs to be accessible at all times. If you get caught, you lose, and you need to give all your heads to the person that caught you. So 1 Cupid's bow, 64 Cupid arrows, 1 player head, selected using random. The disc, and a chance to win a super awesome, super secret treasure. Okie dokie. So I was over here. Okay, as you can see, the head has gone. I was over here looking in this box when I got shot with a fire arrow, and looked over there, and there was myself shooting at me right here. I'm not going to tell you who that person was. You'll have to wait to see it in their video, because I believe we're meant to keep all this a secret, like who we got and who shot us and stuff like that. I think. So I'm just going to err on the side of caution with that one. But the person was here, and they shot me. And they, you know, I hadn't even read the book at that point. I was about to pick the book out. So I had no idea what's going on. So that person has the head of the person that was my target. And I am now out of the game, unfortunately. But it does mean I have 64 arrows of fire resistance, which I assume if I shoot at myself, I then get fire resistance. So that's cool, aubni. Thank you for another aubni's container. Spoils container. I want to show you something else as well. Mr. DiiKoj has been over here with his doorbell service, and he has put together a doorbell for me. I sent him a little YouTube video with the kind of doorbell that I wanted. It was kind of like an English country estate. I think this kind of looks like a country estate. So I wanted kind of a doorbell to match that. So let's take a listen. If the cows would be quiet. That is absolutely perfect. Thank you, DiiKoj. Thank you so much. That is absolutely awesome. Let's take a look at the redstone. So we go down here to the door redstone area. You'll see that it's been hooked up, and I believe there's packed ice under these, if I remember rightly, he said. Was it packed ice? Yeah, it was. So these have all got packed ice, and then the timings here as well. So yeah, it's really, really cool. Maybe if I steal that, I can show you it down here. Let's have a look. I didn't bring any redstone with me, so... There you go. That is wonderful. So pop that back in there, so it gets... when this gets put down, or the one outside gets put down, it goes to here and sets off this as well as the door there. And so yeah, this is really cool. Thank you so much, DiiKoj. I'm glad that there was enough room in here for you to do that as well. So I love that. Absolutely brilliant. Let's get up there. I've also been doing a few other things around the base as well. First of all, I've started putting in the chests for my storage area. So this is number 1. So there's double chests here, and then in the back there's single chests as well. I kind of had them all facing inwards so you don't see the latch on them. I think that looks a lot better. And there's also another one on this side as well. So there's 2 storage areas. They're not going to be automatic. They are going to be manual. I'm kind of flew there. I'm not... I don't really have the room, and it's going to look messy if I try and do an automated one in here. And obviously the carpet is going to run in these areas as well. So it's going to look messy if I try and do automated. And to be honest, I find automated systems more hassle than they're worth most of the time. I kind of find it therapeutic to go through my shulker boxes and stuff at the end of a project and put stuff away. So I'm cool with it being manual. And this is my wall of death. Right from the very first one, which was the lava jump on day 1. So you can see all of the different deaths there. Ender glitch, mansion raid, Christmas tunnel, never flight, death. And then there's this one, which is me building the Vindicator tunnel, which I'm going to show you very, very shortly. And that is my last death. Now, I've kind of run out of space on the death wall, so I don't really know what I'm going to do when I next die, which probably will be soon, let's face it. You see the sea lanterns in the floor, they're going to be covered by these carpets. And if we go down here, unfortunately it's a single block, the floor, so I've had to do this with the trapdoors to kind of cover up the sea lanterns. I don't think it looks too bad. I'm not really that happy that I had to do it, because I didn't really think about it when I was building it. And I don't really want to put slabs here because of the lighting glitch with the sea lanterns. It looks awful. I've tried it already. This is the best I can get it looking. But I don't think they're too bad, so it should be alright. And it adds a bit more light down here as well. So I'm not too unhappy about it. But that is it for the updates on the mansion, I think. Yep, that's about it for the mansion. It's getting dark. Let's go and take a look in the Nether Hub, first of all, in today's episode. Let's go through here. A lot has changed in the Nether Hub. I first of all put in a beacon. So this goes right up to the bedrock and has speed 2 on it, similar to the one that Jimbo has down there. I like having speed in these. This is the garden. And this is the mansion. And down here are the Vindicators. So if we come down here, you'll see it's a similar system to what we had set up before. So you've got these that go side to side. You bring a Vindicator through this portal from the Vindicator area. You jump over here. They fall into there, into a minecart. I'm just going to move that over there. And then we do this one. And we put in a piece of track in here. We set that back off. And it powers those 2. And it goes all the way down here, right the way to the new Vindicator collection area, which I'm going to show you in just a second. But first, I want to show you what we had to do over at the Vindicator house on my base. Now, I've been having issues with the nether portals. They were too close to each other. This nether portal and the garden nether portal were having issues. They were interconnecting with each other. It was a nightmare, and it was going to end up where I'd bring a Vindicator through and it would end up in the garden portal rather than this one. Remember, the portal was here, I want to say, originally. So it was like at the end of this run. And it was too close to the garden portal that's just off in that direction over there. So I had to move it quite a substantial way just to make sure. I mean, I could have brought it closer, but just to make sure that we're having no issues with the nether portals interconnecting. So we go up here. It's the same as it was before. The Vindicators are up here, as you can hear. There we go. So they're all here. I believe Jimbo's taken his new Vindicator. Remember, we dropped off the one for Freddy Bushboy, and Winter still has his to collect as well. So, I'm going to show you where this system all goes through. So the Vindicator will come down here, all the way down here, down this track. And we'll do what we did before. They will end up in the portal in the minecart. We'll do that to trap them in. We'll break the minecart. They'll go through. We will then run through the portal like so. And they'll be like stood just around in here. We'll run past them. We'll jump over here. And they'll fall into there. This will be going back and forth. So they'll go into a minecart. And that is how the Vindicator system works. People won't have to come over here anymore to get their Vindicator themselves. I will drop it off at the Vindicator collection area, which I'm going to show you right now. It's quite a long way, so I'm going to speed up the footage. So I'm going to get into here, and we're going to travel like we are a Vindicator. I'll see you guys in just a second. And here we are now, just coming up to the Vindicator collection area. So go up here, and then we'll go around here. And we are in the Vindicator collection area here in the Nether Hub. So the Vindicator will end up in here. And then this is the south tunnel, so that track goes right under the south tunnel from my base, which is miles away. And then they can attach blocks and track to here and take it through to the Nether Hub this way, and then into whichever tunnel they need to go to their base. So I thought that was a good idea, just to have it as close to the Nether Hub as I possibly can for the Vindicator collection area. So now you don't have to go to my base to collect. You can just come to here, and I'll make sure that there's the Vindicator is here for you. Just let me know on Discord when you want to collect it, and I'll make sure the Vindicator's here. This is the turn off for that track. There's also some track in here and some minecarts as well if you need them. And then what we do is, once you've set up your track, you can just press this button, and the Vindicator will go off to wherever you have put the track to. So I think that's a really cool system. I like this. It looks like my base, doesn't it? Let's face it. So yeah, I like to be able to look out and stuff, and it's pretty nice. This track's cool. Goes right. You should be able to see it there under the south tunnel there. I died building this tunnel and lost. Well, I took all of this stuff off because I had a feeling I was going to die because I'm Carl and that's what I do in the Nether. So I only had a silk pick and an axe on me at the time, so it wasn't too bad to replace those. If I'd lost all of this, including my elytra and everything, I would not have been happy. But it's not too bad. Carterzel's place is looking really cool as well. Awesome. Building his base in the Nether. Braver man than I am. Considering just building this, I died. So yeah, I think that's really cool. Now we're going to head back over to the Nether Hub. I'm going to do some work on there. And I'm going to show you guys what I've come up with that. And then we'll work on the tunnels, both the one connecting us to Jimbo's base and the one connecting us to this south tunnel as well. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Welcome back to the hub, everybody. We put these walls in a recent live stream, and we sort of tried to work out where the tunnels were going to come in and stuff like that. Not too sure about this area from like here to like there yet. What I'm going to do is do both the tunnels and then kind of make it work here. I might link them together actually, so they go kind of like round the mini hub here. That might be a cool idea. So we did some of the floor and the walls and stuff in a live stream. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But I have come up with a design for my tunnel. If I can fly, please, Minecraft. Thank you very much. So I've set up a little sort of show of what I'm going to be doing in terms of my tunnel. And I've kind of turned Jimbo's mini hub into my storage area at the moment. But I've kind of transitioned from Jimbo's design here through to this design, which is very much like my mansion. You've got the floating sort of ceiling-y thing there with torches on the top of it. Not too sure about that because it's just one wide, but I think it's alright. Packed ice on the floor so you can run down it as well with the carpets, and the glass design and wood and everything like we have in the mansion with the concrete powder on the other side there as well. So I think this place is pretty lit up with all the torches and the end rods and stuff, and I think it's an alright transition from Jimbo's design through to my design. So what I'm going to do right now is do the rest of this tunnel right down to the end there, and we're going to do that in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse of me building this tunnel. I didn't show you every part of it because that would have got very repetitive, but sort of the start, middle, and end there. So this is how it's turned out. I decided not to curve it because it was just weird. But it did mean that I had to kind of add this little area in, which is kind of good because I've got an ender chest and a crafting table here as well. I swapped out the spruce planks that are over there. I swapped them out for these iron bars. I'm going to assume that ghast can't see me through iron bars. We'll see whether that's true. I'm going to assume that's the case. With these, I might put the grey concrete powder behind it, like I did with this, and with the ones on here as well, because I think that looks kind of cool. But there's still a lot to do in the Nether hub right here. So I'm going to crack on with that. I'm going to try and get this finished by the time we come back here. But for now, I'm going to send you guys over to DiiKoj's base, where I'm going to be building him a brewing setup in return for our doorbell. This is a really good brewing setup that I found, and I'm going to be building it at my base as well because I really like it. So I'm going to send you guys over there, and I'll catch you at DiiKoj's base. See you guys in just a second. Welcome to DiiKoj's base, everybody. We are here to provide a service in return for the wonderful doorbell that he created over at our mansion. So I'm coming over here to do some redstone, because as we know, I am the Ripple Effects top redstone expert. Yeah. Okay, so I've already been over here and set up the kind of area where this is going to go. So it's next to the wheat farm. Brewing setup somewhere here. You have free hands. So I've kind of like bridged out a little bit. I don't know what he's going to do with this area, but I don't think this was here when I was last here. Maybe it was. So you can just, you know, design around it how he wants. And he's left me some resources here as well to use, which I've been using. And there's some of the brewing stuff as well. I've got some of those too, just here. So I've got some of those ingredients as well, just some extras there. And I've got some of my building blocks as well. We are going to be using a design by CarlRyds, who looks suspiciously like me. Long lost brother, maybe? Maybe. And this is all of the resources that we are going to need for this build. It's quite a simple build, really. There's not that much to it. It only goes 5 blocks back, but it does put in the items itself and take them out when they're ready. So the first thing we are going to do is get some of these resources into my inventory. And we're going to start doing some of that. So, first thing we need to do is place a chest right there with a hopper going into the back of it. We can then put our brewing stand on top of there with a chest that with a hopper, sorry, that goes into there. If we jump up here, we can bob in a double chest there. That is for our nether wart and our water bottles as well. The next thing we need to do is to put in the droppers above this. So we're going to pop those into here. So 1, 2, and 3. That is facing the wrong way. 3? No. Let's pile up to get this one in there. So it's going to be right there, and then we can put the hoppers running into these as well, like so. The next thing we need to do is punch out this torch and do 2 blocks up like so, a block across and a block right there. We then need a block here, and we can put in the comparator, and it needs to be that way, I think. Yep. And then we can get our redstone. Redstone here, redstone here, redstone here, and redstone here. We can then add in our redstone torch right here, and add in our repeater into there as well. Next thing we need to do is to put 22 items into here. So we go like so. They are facing in the wrong direction. They are supposed to be facing downwards, not into the hopper, not into the droppers. So that, that, and that. Okay, now we can put 22 items in there. Have I got them back? I have. Okay. So, like so. And that will just let one item through at a time. And this locks that hopper before the last item goes through. So, that should be the redstone done if I've done it correctly. Which I probably haven't, let's face it. This is me we're talking about. Let's bob back over here and grab ourselves some of these item frames. So 1, 2, and 3. And in there we are going to place our items. So we have Neverwort, we have redstone. I need some of these and some blaze powder as well. I've got some more blaze powder on me. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is set up this hopper. This is very important. So we can add in the blaze powder into here and 4 water bottles there just to make sure the blaze powder can get through to the system. We can then fill this up with blaze powder and fill the remaining area in this chest. That's supposed to be a stair, not a thingy. So we can put the blaze powder in there and then fill the rest of it up. Probably put 2 stacks of blaze powder in here and then fill the rest of it up with water bottles so they can filter through like so. So we get some more of those. I'll add in that stair later on. So now we can start prepping the system. So the redstone dust goes in there because we're making fire resistance. Neverwort into the top one, like so. And then in the bottom one, we are going to put in the magma cream, which is going to be in this one right here. There is one thing we need to do before we can test the system, and that is add in some piece of Neverwort into the brewing stand to start with. Once that goes through and the magma cream and the redstone dust goes through, it will then leave a Neverwort in, so there will always be a Neverwort in that slot ready to go, and that's what keeps the hopper, the system working and everything like so. So we should be in a situation now where we can test it, and to test it we need... Do I have it on me? I do. Okay, we need a button in the center of the system. Now, if I built this correctly, this is going to work out really, really well, and it's all going to work, and we're going to end up with 3 fire resistance bottles in there, if this redstone is correct, which let's hope that it is. So I'm going to press the button, and fingers crossed. That's a good sign. So the Neverwort is going through, and now the magma cream is going through. And finally, the redstone dust is going through to extend the time of the fire resistance. And as it finishes, we should see it get taken out, which it is, and the piece of Neverwort left in there. And we have 3 fire resistance potions in the bottom there. So it works absolutely perfectly, which is awesome. So that is the fire resistance one done. He wanted 3 altogether, which is fine. And the second one's going to be speed. And then I'm just going to leave the third one blank for him to decide what he wants to put in there. But as long as he follows the process of having a Neverwort in there and all these filled up with the items and water bottles and that in here and this hopper system as well, then he shouldn't go too wrong with that last one. So I'm going to build the other 2 up and I'm going to bring you guys back in just a second. Welcome back everybody, all the redstone is in for the 3 machines and I have put in the items into here for the swiftness potion. So it's going to be swiftness 2 because it's got the glowstone rather than the redstone, and I've just left this one blank just with some Neverwort in there so DiiKoj can decide what he wants that one to do. But now let's give this one a test and see if we get 3 Swiftness 2 potions into here. Let's press a button. That's a good start. So we've got the water bottles in there and the nether wart going through. And here comes the sugar as well. So that has made a potion of swiftness, and now the glowstone is coming through. And as it gets close to the end, we should see this change and get taken out as well. Yeah, swiftness 2, and it's got taken out, and there's a nether wart there as well. There you go. Speed 2. Okay, so that works. I'm going to fill these up as much as I can for DiiKoj with bottles and nether wart and sugar if I can as well, and get some magma cream and some blaze rods from the blaze farm. I'm going to fill these up as much as I can for him, so the system's all ready for him to use. So there you go, DiiKoj. Thank you very much for making my doorbell, and here is the brewing setup in return for it. I'm now going to take you guys back to the base. Welcome back to the base, everybody. There's a few things that I've changed around here. First of all, you'll see that a lot of my storage over here has been taken away and tidied up and stuff. That is because I've started filling in the chests in part 1 of my storage area, which is over here. So we've got your dirts, your grasses, your cobbles, your stones, all your different types of stone and coarse dirt as well. Got all the different types of wood and all the different types of saplings and grass and leaves and all that kind of stuff as well. I put these in for things that I haven't got that I want, like beetroot. And on this side, we've got like the plants and like cactus and all the different types of flowers. And some of the ones that I don't have as well on there. On here, we have all the different types of wood. So we've got our stairs, our slabs, and everything like that. We've got all of our different coloured fences. And for ones that I've got too many of, like these, I've been putting them into shulker boxes. I've been doing the same on this side as well. I think it's the dark oak that's full. Yeah, so there's a shulker box there for it as well. So that's how I'm going to be running my storage system. These are all the different types of stone items and things. These are markers for the 1.14 stone items, the new ones in there as well. In there. So yeah, that's part 1 of the storage area. There's another one of these on that side over there that's got nothing in it so far, but we will be filling that in very soon. I've also extended my depth wall. As you may have seen before, it was just this area here with glass behind it. What I've done, I have put in the, can't really see it from here, but the same design as I did on the front and that with the spruce stairs. And Aubni's taken the evoker as well. I hope he has fun with that. I needed to extend the depth wall because I died 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to a baby pigman as I was over at the double zombie spawner getting these heads right here. I had some already. I think I had about 6 already, and I've got 12 now, so I've got about half of the riplets. Yeah, there's 24 of us, so I've got half exactly of the riplets right there. And you'll notice in the middle that I have a ripple effect map that I made. It's sort of off in that direction somewhere, just like a few hundred blocks in that direction. I've also put one of those over at Spawn Town to allow anyone on the server to copy the map if they want to use it at all, because that's our little ripple logo right there. So that's it for here. I've been putting in some more of the carpets and lighting and things like that. And as I say, that's the other part of the storage system, which will have like all the concrete and everything like that in, and walls and things like that. Before we go back into the nether and take a look at the changes that I've done to the mini nether hub since the clip earlier in the episode, we have another aubni's container, because this episode has took me so long to make due to me working, and I've also got an internship on the go as part of my digital marketing masters as well. So I haven't had time to play that much this month. So this episode has took literally a month to record. So we have another aubni's container. This is for the month of March. Oh yeah, turtle shell, awesome. Sand, turtle egg. Ooh, heart of the sea. Yeah. Jungle saplings, pufferfish, tropical fish. I love these music discs as well. Is that Strad? Some sand in there as well. Turtle eggs. That is awesome, Aubni. Let's read the book. Anyone else is sick of winter? Well, let us rephrase that. Anyone in the northern hemisphere sick of winter? Wait, let's try that again. Have you seen snow sometimes in the last 3 months? And are you sick of it? I have. It took me 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It took me 5 hours to get to work the other week when we had that big snowstorm in the UK. We at Aubni Spores Containers have seen enough of the stuff for the year, and we need a break. And since we are very self-centered, we simply assumed that you would be sick of it as well, and decided to give you what we wanted to get ourselves. A vacation on a hot, sunny beach. But since we are too cheap to fly you out to an actual beach, we decided to instead gift you with the building materials to make your own little tropical paradise. So now you can spread all that sand around the place and some water, and voila, a beach. There might even be a fish or two in there for added ambience. And if you want even more wildlife, you can put a turtle egg on the sand and wait and wait and wait for it to hatch. Just make sure you are wearing your turtle costume when it sees you for the first time. Otherwise, you might scare it away. Then you can plant some jungle trees that should kind of look like palm trees, we think. To mimic the sound of the waves, we suggest that you put a shell to your ear and mimic the light of the sun. You can use some of the glowstone included to build your own permanent sun in the sky. And for an even more tropical sound, we even include a steel drum song. What a deal! Contains 640 blocks of sand, 1 heart of the sea, 16 nautilus shells, 1 tropical fish, 1 pufferfish, 64 glowstone blocks, 64 saplings that will grow into a kind of look like a palm tree, 16 turtle eggs, 1 turtle costume, and 1 Strad disc. That is absolutely awesome, Aubni. I'm definitely going to be building myself a beach in the next episode, and I might actually have a place for it. I might turn that island or this area into my little tropical beach, because there's already turtles here. So that's actually really good. So I might actually end up doing that. What I'm going to do now is take you over and show you where I built that that ripple effect logo map. I believe it's over here. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find it. And here it is, everybody. This is the ripple effect logo right here in the middle of the ocean. So these two sort of circles right here. I used a circle generator to get these amounts, and it's all white concrete on the blue base to give us that ripple effect logo. So I hope people on the server really like that. And if you want to use it, there is one over at Spawn Town that you can copy if you wish to over there. But now we're going to head back over to the base, and I am going to show you what I have been doing to the Nether Hub. I'll see you guys over there. Okay, let's head into the Nether and check out the changes that I have made. So it is completely finished now. This is the tunnel that we did earlier in the episode, and if we come into here now, you'll see that we have the false ceiling that we have in the mansion as well, and we have this little area that was here before. And I decided to change these out for iron bars and put lava behind them just to add more light into here, and it looks kind of cool as well being here in the Nether. I decided to block these up with the same grey concrete powder that I did on the tunnel, because there's not really a great view from these windows into the Nether. I mean, through there is just netherrack on the other side of there, and I didn't really feel like digging out all of that netherrack because it's a ton of it. So instead I decided just to do what I've done on these tunnels here and do the same there, and added in small lava in here, and that's where the Vindicator system is down here as well, as I showed you earlier. I can get back on this. There we go. So yeah, that is the mini nether hub for Carl's base, absolutely completed now. And this tunnel that heads over to Jimbo's area is complete as well. We just need to do this tunnel that goes right to the south tunnel, and the Vindicator tunnel goes under here, so you know kind of like where it goes. That is the Vindicator tunnel down there. So yeah, the tunnel up here will follow the same route as the Vindicators do. But I'm not going to be doing this in an episode. I am going to be doing this over time because I have done a lot of tunnel work recently. And to be quite honest, I'm sick of doing tunnels. I did a Christmas tunnel. I extended the North tunnel for the Christmas area. I did the slime farm tunnel. I've done this tunnel. I don't want to do any more tunnels at the moment. So this is going to be done over time. When I've got some spare time and just want to kick back, watch some on Netflix or listen to some music and just do a bit on the tunnel, then I will, but I'm not going to like force myself to do it. That's going to be done over time. But I did put this first section in just so we could see how it would work with the rest of the mini nether hub. And I think it looks actually pretty awesome. I'm really happy with it. So guys, that is going to do us for this episode. If you like the episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!